Why is that some people seem to receive everything that they desire, while others seem to struggle, no matter how hard they try? They can plan, they can push, they can visualize, they can repeat affirmations, and yet life just feels really tight. Yearning for the right outcome, yet still feels like a sense of resistance inside. But what if the missing piece is not effort, but non-resistance? What if the true path to fulfillment is not more doing, but just less obstruction? The idea that I'm about to share is actually ancient and often misunderstood. It is called Wu Wei, and it may be the most powerful Taoist key to getting everything that you want by releasing the very energy that pushes it away. So let's just begin with the most and essential question. What is Wu Wei? Wu Wei is often translated as non-action, but that actually misses the nuance. Wu Wei does not mean inactivity. It means alignment that is so precise, so natural, that the action just flows without friction. It is not about doing nothing. It is about doing the right thing at the right time in a right way, because you're so attuned to the current that you no longer fight it. In Taoism, the element of water is often being praised a lot. Why is that so? Because the water is soft, yet unstoppable. It's gentle, yet invincible. Water does not resist, it responds, and it nourishes everything, yet claims nothing. It can flow around the rivers and go into the mountains. It can ascend to the raindrop, yet falls on the earth and nourishes all life. And this is the beginning of true power, not assertion, just alignment. That is the power of water. And now let's explore what prevents us from entering this effortless flow. Before you can act in Wu Wei, you must understand the internal conflict that prevents it. In Daoist internal alchemy, it described a two aspect of the spirit, the Shi Shen, meaning the conscious spirit, the scattered, reactive, egoic mind, and Yuan Shen, our deep, original spirit. Shi Shen, the conscious spirit, is loud. It can calculate, compares, and craves. It tells you that you're behind. It pushes you to achieve from fear, and it always wants to control. In the contrary, Yuan Shen is quiet. It just observes, it trusts, and it remembers who you are beyond your desires. It is stable, all-knowing, and it is aligned with the eternal Tao. So to be able to live from Wu Wei, you must return to your Yuan Shen, your original spirit. And this is not something conceptual, it is energetic. You will feel it when you shift from Shi Shen, the conscious spirit, to Yuan Shen, our original spirit. And this stillness in your Yuan Shen replaces your effort. The all-knowing Yuan Shen replaces your anxiety, and your action becomes effortless. I encourage you to watch my full video on Shi Shen versus Yuan Shen, where we explore their nature in depth. The link is in the description. To deepen this, I can give you an example from other spiritual religion and concept. This is actually an invisible force that manipulates our energy. From the perception of reality transurfing, a framework by Vadim Zeland, if you're familiar to him. He suggested that there is another invisible force that exists that keeps us trapped. It is called the pendulum. The pendulum are invisible energy structures. This pendulum will form when groups of people invest a strong emotion, desire, fear, or obsession into a shared idea or narrative. For example, in politics, in money, in religion, in success, and even in self-improvement. And these pendulums, they feed on your energy. They do not care if it's positive or negative, only that you remain hooked when you give all your energy to them, from either you think you don't want them or you really want them. That this energy and pendulum starts to swing, and then you react from this deep fear and desire. So when your mind becomes consumed with getting it right, with fixing yourself, or with craving an outcome, you are not manifesting. You are swinging the pendulum and it is eating up your energy. So Taoism speaks the same principle with different words. Pendulum are what Shi Shen, our conscious spirit, falls for. They are external illusion that pulls your energy outward and fragmented your spirit. But actually, the remedy is all the same from different traditions. It's by observation, detachment, and non-resistance. When you stop feeding the pendulum, it collapses. It no longer exists in your reality. And when you return to Yuan Shen, your original spirit, you return to the flow. And from that place, you're no longer chasing or fearing what you desire. You return to the source and become the stillness beneath them. And let's now talk about desire and how even wanting something can push it away. Let us be honest. Most of us want love, success, freedom, money, but wanting itself often carries within a subtle, corrosive tension, which is lack. When you start to think, oh, I want money, when you observe, your body might feel really tight. Your breath becomes shallow, your energies begin to grip rather than be in the flow. And even positive affirmations can become a mask for resistance. Saying that, oh, I'm rich, while your nervous system screams, I'm the opposite. It creates an inner contradiction, a split in frequency, which delays your manifestation. And in Taoism, we would say, stop forcing the current. Step into the Wu Wei. Step out of the stream, breathe, and release. Wu Wei is not passivity. It is relaxation into a deeper, primal, original order. Trusting that what is meant for you cannot miss you unless you push it away. And next, let's shift into the frequency of what it means to already have. So imagine a person that's born into wealth. They do not worry about money. It is their background music. It is not the central focus. Their actions are not desperate or performative. They move with the calm assumptions that they are supported no matter what. And this is the frequency of having. When you embody this frequency, the universe begins to mirror it. To be able to reach this, just remove the layers. Remove all the worries. Remove the proving. Remove the striving to be worthy. And then you will arrive at the state that is lighthearted, natural, and unpressured. You're like water again. And this is the energetic entry point of Wu Wei. So now let me give you an example, something that you have probably seen it before, but never make out what is it actually. Just think of a woman who is deeply, effortlessly beautiful. She does not manipulate attention. She does not grasp for validation. Her aura is quiet, yet radiant. She just simply is, because she has nothing to prove. And that is Wu Wei looks like in human form. She's not performing, yet all eyes are on her. And this is not performance. It is just pure presence. And it is this kind of presence that can soften a room. It is beauty beyond effort. And this is the Tao moving through a person. That said, how do we practice this Wu Wei? So let me give you a clear Taoist method. First is to witness your Shi Shen, your conscious spirits. Notice when your mind starts to grasp, judge, and come up thoughts that fill with fear. Second, breathe into Yuan Shen, your original spirit. Just shift your attention from thoughts to quiet observation. Number 3, dissolve the desire not by suppressing it, but by seeing through it. 4th, replace effort with trust. Trust is not passivity, it is refined clarity. 5, act only when the path is clear, like water that flows through open space. And this is how the sage moves, not faster, but more direct, from the source and straight to the source. Now, here is the mystery, the secret key that ties all of this together. The Tao gives when you let go. It flows into empty cup, not wrenched fist. That means you get everything you want not by grasping, but by becoming the kind of being who no longer needs to grasp. From this place, all things just comes naturally. And this is not mysticism, it is energetic physics. What you are, you attract. What you fear, you delete. What you release, you allow. As simple as that. And that is Wu Wei. That is the way of the Tao. Just remember this. Stop thriving, start aligning. Stop affirming what isn't integrated and begin observing, breathing, relaxing into your deeper knowing. And let the Tao come to you because it always does when you are no longer pushing it away by force. And all of this may sound very vast, but the entry point is often really simple. If you want a tangible way to begin aligning with Wu Wei, not just mentally, but somatically, I invite you to explore my foundational practice. The golden turtle gazes at the moon. It is a Daoist spinal reflex alchemy form that I personally use to release tension from nervous system, to unwind mental grasping, and anchor awareness back to the flow of Tao. And most importantly, it helps to build the physical foundation for internal alchemy because your spine is not just structural, it is energetic. It links to your nervous system, all your organs, and your chi flow. A misaligned spine can cause scattered energy, and a healthy spine conducts it. If you want your Yuan Shen, your original spirits, to be seated clearly and building a strong foundation for your future alchemy, your spine must first be steady and alive. And this practice only takes a few minutes a day, but over time it rewires your system for stillness, clarity, and deep receptivity. You will find the link in the description below or visit master.alchemist.com to explore all my offerings. And this may include curated Daoist ceremonial rituals to dissolve spiritual imbalances, talisman magic for protection, clarity, and energy restoration, and high-level mentorship for those walking the alchemical path. Let this not just be knowledge that you collect, let it be a path you walk with your breath, your body, and your spirit. The Tao is not a theory, it is real experience, and it should live through you. I will see you there. Bye bye.